this one. Welcome, everybody. I guess it didn't charge because I had it, didn't put it in the right way. All right, that's okay. We gotta, I think we're gonna have to put this up here or something. Yeah, that's better. There we go. There we go, there we go, there we go. Okay, I got a good poll. Do you trust God? I'm gonna do purple today. Done. Poll is up. Poll is up. Okay. Clean my glasses. What's good, everybody? Welcome to the live. We're going to give it a few minutes for everyone to join. Just tap that like button on your way in. You know the vibes. Welcome in, everybody. Tap the like button. We're going to give it a couple minutes for everyone to join. And yeah, we're going to go from there, y'all. Would you be vegan? What do you mean by that? Beast channel? I am vegan, if you're asking. Yeah, are you? How about you? Yeah, man, I'm vegan and proud. Right on. Welcome everybody to the live. Happy Saturday, y'all. How y'all doing? Where is everybody from? Yes, I'm a proud vegan. And I've eaten meat majority of my life. So, you know, and I don't judge anybody for what they do. No, I wouldn't call it an identity. It's just a way of being. Oh, okay. Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate that, man. That means a lot. Honestly, man, from my heart. Appreciate that, Beast channel. I respect you too for whatever you choose. On opening day of Muzz Leader season, I don't know what that is in Virginia. What is that, Tom? Yeah, and I don't judge you. I respect you for what you choose to do. Everybody, man, I respect everybody for what they choose, man. Let me tell you what, man. The choice that we made to come here and be in this human experience is not easy, man. And don't ever think that it is. It will be, but it's always going to be some sort of challenge, in some way, shape, or form, because our soul is evolving and expanding, and so it's how you look at it. Let's just say that it's how you look at it. If you think it's going to be a challenge, then it certainly will be. But the fact of the matter is, man, you should hug yourself, pat yourself on the back, man, for getting as far as you have on this journey of the human experience, man. With having to experience and deal with all these emotions and feelings, and dealing with other people that don't feel the same way you do, dealing with listen, man, hats off to you, my friends, every single one of you, for choosing to be here. Yeah, it is a sacrifice. I agree. And let me just say this, a sacrifice, and all us vegan should be excused from paying taxes. Everybody should be, man. Are you kidding me? That's a scam anyway. As a Nile loaded from the front, like in the Civil and Revolutionary War season is, oh Lord, yeah, I'm not cool with that, man. I mean, to each his own, man. But you know, hunting deer, nah, I'm not about that. I won't do that. Yeah, and I got a smoothie from Whole Foods. It's got blueberries, bananas, plant pea protein, almond butter, bananas, I think spinach and kale. Trippy says it's God's word. I think I'm missing some of your guys' comments, man. Tap the like button, everybody. Welcome in, man. Happy Saturday. And my question to every single one of you, man, and drop it in the comments. Do you trust God? Do you trust God that you're being led and guided every step of the way? How much can you trust in the unknown? And again, I just want everybody to know that all 17 people in here and however many other in here, this is not a religious channel. We're not all about religion. It's just, hey, man, do you believe in a higher power, and do you trust that higher power? Some people don't. It's a great country where you can all have a choice and still respect it. Man, beautifully said, Tom. Beautifully said, man. You know, it's like I go back to Yeshua's Jesus's purpose for being here and what he did, man. He was able to see people no matter what they did, how they did it, no matter what the act they did, and see them from a space of love. That's really admirable of you, Tom. I really that just shows where human consciousness is going. You know, can we respect and honor each other and not judge one another for what they do and why they do it, and just observe it and be like, okay, that's not something I would do, but it's okay. They have free will and choice. You know, the more and more we fight and argue over trying to change somebody else and make someone else believe the way we believe or be the way we should think that they should be, the more suffering we're in. And that's a fact. God's always protected me from when I fell overboard and was rescued to when I was giving last second orders before a plane crashed, killing my friends. Wow, brother. Yeah, I mean, I feel the same way, man. Even though, like, I turned my back on God many times, I walked away from religion. I was an atheist at one point. I didn't believe in anything at one point because I was like a little kid and awake and like looking around and being like, how could this all be happening? If God is this powerful, he could just snap his fingers and clear it all away, you know? And that made me walk away from God, you know, not trust God. But now, I would say in the last few years, if not longer, I would say even longer. I would say probably the last 10 years, I've found God again. And I can tell you the same thing, man, with the things that I've gone through. I mean, literally falling asleep on a highway in South Florida, one of the busiest highways, and ending up underneath an SUV, waking up to it, to driving on the highway high on drugs with my hood flying up over my, basically it blew open my hood. The hood of my car flew in front of the window, and I'm driving on one of the busiest highways in South Florida with the hood over my view and still driving with no problem. Like, you can't tell me those are just two things of many things that I've had happen in my life that just proves to me that, man, there's something up there protecting me every step of the way, because I'm supposed to be here and I'm supposed to live through all these things so that I can tell you guys my story and essentially, you know, not force you or make you understand, but like to see that, yeah, there's got to be something up there, like protecting us, until it's our time. You know, I've had the hood come completely off my car at 80 miles an hour. Wow. Well, I've had it fly up at 80 miles an hour on drugs. Okay. Like at that time, I was like doing ecstasy and things of that nature. And I'd pop them right before I hit the highway and went to the club, and then boom, my hood flew up and I had several people in the car and I couldn't see a thing in front of me. Yet, I don't know how I made it and how I continued to drive other than God driving me, steering the wheel. That's just one of many things. Yeah, exactly. Because, yes, and the free will is very small. People don't actually understand. They think they actually have full free will, and it's not. It's the resistance we put up to what God is leading us to do. Because at the end of the day, it's our ego that stops us from essentially doing what we came here to do and having fun and doing all these things. It's the resistance. That's our free will, resistance. Kicking and screaming, fighting against the flow of life. That's the free will we have. And we could fight and kick and scream as long as we want, and we're just going to keep being in suffering. People don't realize that. Yeah, they think they have full free will to do anything they want. Yeah, you can to a certain point, but eventually you're going to completely crash, and burn, and you're going to come to your knees, because the body can only take so much resistance, and blocking what you're here to do. Your soul just keeps getting louder. One of the largest mistakes made by people is, damn, it's hard to see the lettering. It's so sunny out. Mistaken free will for evil. They say, why does God allow evil in evil? You don't. He gave you free will. What you do with it is up to you. Yes, exactly. And your soul, man, you guys, Curtis, wow, what a beautiful statement, man. I hope you guys are subscribing to the channel, man, and tapping the like button. I know I noticed a lot of new people here, and you guys are just saying such profound things, man. I hope you join our tribe, man. Yeah, I agree 1000% with that, Curtis, because, and again, it goes back to the resistance. Yes, we have free will, but the free will is we can resist and choose differently from what our soul is actually calling. Yeah, it comes with a responsibility, sir. For example, a person is free to attack me, but God's protection of me separates that attack. Wow, yes. Tom, beautiful, man. Man, you guys got some wisdom today, yo. Oh my God, God wanted me to come on here, man. God was using my vessel. I have a couple priesthoods and had been raised in many different religions. After all, that I finally came to my own conclusions and found my own faith, not through the church, but through the lessons. That's amazing. That's beautiful. That's how I feel too. While at the same time I'm finding my way on a spiritual path, I found my own way back to God. Because at the end of the day, man, we're all just walking each other home. That's all it is. The remembrance of God. And the ones that are doing evil things or dark forces are just completely disconnected from source, from God. That's the only reason. But God now more than ever is wanting us to come home and allow him to use our vessel for good. That's what we came here to do. And he wants to use each and every one of us. It's up to each and every one of us to make that choice to allow God in to do that, the work that he's needs to do. Yeah, Curtis gets it. Exactly. I keep reading Curtis's, man. I have a, wait, hold on. Hey, what's good? What's good? Welcome to the live, everybody. I have a couple, oh, that is correct. But at the same time, it's a man is holding a gun on you and you decide to pray. Just remember, God helps those that help themselves. Yes, yes, yes. And you know what it is? You know what, like, I feel like the religions are teaching everyone to just, for that not to be the case, for you to like, um, uh, you want, like, everyone's saying the Messiah is coming, Jesus is coming to save everyone. And no, you have to help yourself, man. You know, and that's the free will aspect of it. Again, the resistance stops that. So for example, I've had people that I've approached with certain things, like doing a past life regression on them, and I'm like, yeah, I think this would help you, and they're like, no, I'm not ready. So I'm the messenger from God, and they refuse to do it. They refuse the help. You know what I mean? And that's just the human resistance. That's the ego. And there's a lot of ego on this planet right now. A lot. Refusing to want to co-create and work with God. I used to pray all the time. I would pray for strength. I would pray for wisdom. I would pray that my family would be safe and healthy. That's beautiful, man. I pray for you, Curtis. You got a lot to do here, my brother. You are definitely someone that is here and volunteered to be here to serve humanity. I'll tell you that. I wonder why my life done. Oh, thank you, man. You tapped the like button. I appreciate it, Hassan. I think I said it right. Life was so hectic. Everything was so crazy. It was like, why is God doing this to me? Same here. That's how I felt, Curtis. Well, Curtis, that's ironic because I'm a vet with significant training in that regard. I haven't been a man of violence in many years, but I'd imagine it's still there. Yeah, but you know what, Tom, everybody has that though. We have the dark and the light inside of us, everyone. And it's what you choose, how you choose to react. That's another thing. Not only resistance, but reaction. How do you choose to react in this situation? How do you choose to perceive it? How do you choose to see it? Through what lens do you choose? Because you can choose rage or you can choose calm and peace. And again, it's all about doing that inner work. It's all about sitting in stillness, calling in God, inviting God into your vessel to bring that light. Because let me tell you what, man, you want the easiest and quickest way to heal? Call God in. Bring God inside of you. Let God in and trust that you will heal from whatever you're experiencing. But know that there's no timeline. A lot of people, when they think they pray and they want an instantaneous healing or they want things to materialize instantaneously, that's not the way God works. You got to trust it's on God's time when God is ready, because God has to move things around and do things to prepare for whatever you're calling in. Well, Curtis, that's it. Oh, okay. I believe that if you pray for strength, God will give you the chance to be strong if you pray. Yeah, it's about, like I've said over and over again, we have to sit down in stillness and cultivate a relationship with God, have conversations with God, talk to God, develop a relationship. And people just don't, you know what people say? I don't have the time. I don't have the time to to sit for 5 minutes and talk to my higher self. I don't have 5 minutes to talk to God. Well, then why do you expect God to do things for you if you don't have time to for him, you know? If you pray for wisdom, he will give you the chance to be wise. 1000%. Oh yeah. I created my own chaos through prayer. You're spot on today, Curtis. Yeah, man. I agree, Tom. Mythbuster. Living. Oh. Hey, Knight. What's good, brother? My favorite paradise is a neighborhood in flooded and a man on the roof of a house prays to God to save him. A man shows up in a boat. He says, "No, thank you, God will save me." A team of rescuers show up. Yeah, man. You know what? That's the thing. Like I said, everyone forgets like how powerful prayer is and how powerful cultivating a relationship with God is. You can literally, he can save you in any situation if you're open and receptive and if you communicate verbally through your mouth. He wants you to speak it out, man, to him, man, with power, with oomph, you know? I don't like rage much. It really clouds your vision. Yeah, and you know what? It's about accepting and allowing for all emotions, you know, because that's why rage becomes even louder because we don't like it and we resist it. And it's just wanting it's just like any other emotion, it's just wanting to be seen. So anger will turn into rage because we don't like I don't like anger because, you know, you were taught that it's a bad emotion and it's not a good emotion to have, you know, when all emotions are welcome. We just haven't learned how to use them in a healthy way. That's, you know, that's kind of it. We've been taught to suppress it. With a helicopter, and the man states again, God will save me. I think about that parable often. I trust God. I will find my car keys when they are lost. Yeah. You don't even need to ask God only. You can ask your guides too. Like say, where's my keys at, guy? To your guide, just say, guides, where's my keys at? Can you help me find my keys? And bam, every time I do, they help me and they're there and they show me exactly where they are. So yes, the problem is we were taught not to ask for help. We were conditioned and programmed not to ask for help. We have to do it all ourselves. And that took us away and separated us from God, along with separation from our guides and angels and anything on the other side of the veil, you know? Then the man drowns and is looking at God. He says, "Why did you not save me?" He said, "Did I not warn you it was going to flood? Did I not send a man in a boat to save you? And then a helicopter you chose?" Yeah. Yeah, you know, that's another thing, man. Oh my God, Curtis. I just got chills because that's the part of listening to the signs and messages. And and our guides and God send us so many messages. Like, and we're just not listening. People don't listen because they're so distracted from their faces and their phones. Their faces indulging in all these sinful things, these addictive things, these things that take us out of balance and take us away from God. Why do you think I went through a 5-day fast? And I don't know if you guys know, I don't know if you saw the videos. I haven't really posted them, but I went live. I've done a 5-day fast on just water from Sunday to yesterday. I ended my fast yesterday at 3:00 p.m. and I on lentil soup and garlic and hummus and dipping some chips in hummus, and that's it. It was a very light meal. 5 days on water because God wanted me to, because I listened to the message from God that I needed to do this, that it would bring me closer to him and closer to Jesus. So most people, they wouldn't listen. If they were getting the signs and messages to fast, they wouldn't listen and they would say, "No, it's too hard. I can't do it. I can't stop eating. I can't not eat for 5 days. I can't not eat for 10 hours, for an hour. And they indulge so much in just, it's gluttony, you know, it's and that's the part of why there's so many people on this planet. Probably very little percentage, if not, I would say 1%, is really, really connected to God. The other percentages, they're so indulging in all of these, you know, earthly things that takes us away from God. It's all distraction from God. I talked to him, and then boom, there's my keys. Yep, exactly, Jeff. Exactly. Y'all keep tapping that like button, man, and subscribe to the channel. I love you all, man. The hologram cosmic machine in India, and there is one in Wisconsin, and there's one in next to the highest mountain, Nepal. I mean, there's multiple of them to block the sun and make a hologram. Interesting. I wouldn't doubt it. That's really interesting. What's your name? I'm trying to see it. The sun is like really. Let me see if I need to like put something up here, man, because it's like unless I move this over here, and maybe that'll be better. That's a little better, but it won't stay. Hold on, guys. Let me see if how I can do this. That's better. I can see it better. Multiple of them to block the sun and make a hologram. Morning and midnight through the hologram. Remove the hologram. You have only the sun. Huh. I think it's LCISE me. I don't know how to pronounce your name. I say the all good almighty, so I ain't talking to some demons accidentally. I love pure facts, and better to be safe than sorry. Yes, I agree. End of money that says in God we trust. End of money that says in God we trust. Okay. Yes, I believe we're headed there too. That's the part of the new earth, you know. Okay, if I can put this over here, it's not really staying. There we go. That's better. There we go. That worked. But then, got to move this up a little bit so that you guys can see me here. That's better. There we go. Okay. Sir, you are almost right about time. The fact is we don't have time. It's limited commodity. Yeah, but it's different. We can bend time. You know what I'm saying? We can bend time. If you notice what's been happening, yes, we're limited in time, but yes, time is an illusion. And we're really supposed to live hundreds of years on this planet, you know, and it's going to be coming to fruition very, very soon as all these things start, which the Bible speaks of and all the biblical stuff talk about the days of darkness and, you know, the EBS system and all the darkness being revealed and the disclosures and a switching to a galactic council instead of the governments we've had. There's so many things changing. We're going to have med beds, and then we're going to finally realize that we can heal ourselves. Just bring God's light in, and we can heal ourselves. And we could anti-age, and we could have anything and everything we ever desired with God's help, with allowing God in. Because all God wants to do is use us for good. So you're almost right about time. The fact is, we don't have time if a limited commodity and we don't get more of it. We will get more of it. They say no time for God. Best get right sooner than later because we don't know. Yes. Oh yeah, I'm telling you right now, man. The time is now, man. and all these things happening in the world, man, we need to get closer to God, because there's nothing else going to save us. And the way you find peace, harmony, and balance is with God, through God, allowing God inside your body to fill you with his light. And through fasting, you're freeing all the densities and the heaviness inside your body to free up more space to allow more of God's light in, so that we can be more God-like, so you can move in a God-like way. Oh, really, Curtis? I thought all I saw up to was the helicopter you chose. I didn't see any more. And then I saw not to save yourself. That's the last I saw. And then you spoke of Almighty. And they do say money turns all evil. Yeah, yeah. I mean, in the way that we've had it, yes. One of my favorite songs is by Jelly Roll. Need a Fate. Yeah, man, Jelly Roll, that's definitely someone that God is using, without a doubt, man. What man stands on stage in front of millions of people and, just tells another man, that other guy, I forget what his name is, Post Malone, I love you, man, and was like crying on stage. And he was showing men that it's okay to have emotions. I think he is definitely he's a disciple of God, without a doubt. Just like I am, just like you are, Curtis. We're disciples of God. We're God's army doing God's work. And we chose to. I mean, I was in the darkness in my 20s when I was a young kid, just because of all the things I experienced. I was in a very dark, dark place. I was brought to my knees many times. Haven't heard that song, though. I'll have to check it out. In the Torah, Hebrew, Lucifer's name will be Gadyali. Remove Yali and give the world God to worship. God to worship goes back to Lucifer. Huh, Curtis, that's an old story. God is not YTVH. I don't know what that is. In my experience, I usually know when I'm doing something ungodly when I stop. That a cured penalty comes knocking. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, not everybody has that awareness. Truth Wave, what's good, brother? Everybody go follow Truth Wave. I say it every time he pops in here, man, and shows love. Go follow his channel, man. Subscribe. He does 2 meditations 7 days a week, twice a day. Definitely go subscribe to his channel, man. We did a podcast together called The Roundtable, which you can go watch on his channel and our channel. We did a lot of episodes. It was fire. So go watch that too, and subscribe to his channel, subscribe to our channel, and check out his meditations twice a day, morning and evening, 7 days a week, live on YouTube on Truth Wave Energy. You also have to understand or discern the difference between anger and righteous. Yeah, of course. But it's also about allowing. And I noticed when I had anger coming up during my fast this week, I just let it be. I was with it. I sat with it. And you know what? What happened? It just rose up and rose out. It didn't get like crazy. The more resistance you put up, the more fight you put up to it, the more louder it gets. And then you just become like this ticking time bomb. I didn't. I just sat with it. I observed it. And it just rose out. That's what God told me to do. Just sit with it. Be with it. Be with the anger. And I was. And it rose up and rose out. You don't have to yell and scream. You don't have to punch something. You just sit and observe it. Just be with it and let it rise up and rise out. I've also found that God will give us a slight reminder, like a whisper or feeling. Then it's a hey dummy. The third warning is usually as subtle as a slap across the back. Yeah, like a tower moment. Yes. Yeah, man, we get warnings, we get God winks, we get messages all the time, and most people are so distracted that they don't ever hear them. That's the problem. And it's been done purposefully this way, to have all this technology, all these distractions, food and TV and radio and there's not a moment there. I would say majority of humanity never has even 2 seconds of silence. They've made their lives so busy, and that the moment they wake up, they put headphones on, or they're putting music on, or a TV or programming, or they're talking to somebody. There's very, very few seconds in a day that anyone on this planet takes the time to sit in stillness. And I love my time alone. I love to sit outside in nature and just be still and listen. I love it. I would not give that up for anything. I've also found that God will give us, oh yeah, I love YouTube. Yeah, exactly. Everyone's still here, but that's what Luna was telling me. I was like kind of weird about it, and I'm like, yeah, there's way more people than YouTube actually accounts for. Even though it says on the counter how many people, it's never accurate. I mean, just scroll up, look at all the comments and everything. Yeah, exactly. I mean, we don't get anything anyway, but they're holding us back from it because we need to reach 4,000 watch hours, and every day we keep losing watch hours. We reached 3,000, which was the first tier we needed to get to, but in order to receive ad revenues and stuff, we have to reach 4,000, and we keep losing hours, and we're now below 3,000 again. So it's like, yeah, it is what it is. It'll happen in God's time. So you're right, Tom. You're right. I was they're actually, we're not receiving it, but we're being held from receiving it because we're not, supposedly we haven't reached 4,000, which I know we've reached a zillion times already, because you could see it in the back end. I was driving home from the grocery store. I was running 57 miles an hour. There was a delivery truck blocking both lanes with an embankment on one side and a straight heel on the other. The back end of the van was still in the driveway. I locked up the brakes and closed my eyes. Sounds dumb, but when I opened them, somehow, call it what you want, God was still sliding, but on the opposite side of the van. Wow. Curtis, hard to argue with testimony like that. Yeah, exactly. And people want proof, man, but I'll tell you what, man, God's going to be showing a lot of proof in the coming months and days and weeks, man. There's going to be things that are so unexplainable that people are going to have to believe in the power of God and Jesus, because the light that's emanating on this planet right now is raising consciousness in such a massive way that millions are waking up to remember who they are, why they're here, and what they came here to do. And that's what me and Luna's mission is, to assist humanity in remembering who they are, why they're here, and what they came here to do, and help awaken the masses and teach that you do have psychic abilities, you do have psychic senses, you can speak to your father who passed on the other side. You do have the ability to communicate with God. You know, you're not just a human walking around. You're a spiritual being in a human physical body that is a temporary experience. And it doesn't, and all this materialistic stuff that we've been told that is important is not so important anymore, because when people wake up, they're realizing, I don't need all this stuff. Thank you, Curtis, for subscribing, brother. Even the most beautiful, even the most faithful, the most honest man would be turned away from God. So therefore, God shortened the days upon the earth to give some chance. Interesting. Craig, did you see baptism in water as an important part of salvation? I don't know. That's a good question, Craig. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I mean, my personal opinion, I think a lot of these things that we've been taught have been, manipulated. I don't think we need to be cleansed in any certain way. I think that we can just ask God to do it, period. And I honestly think and believe that if everyone knew on this planet that we could just ask God for healing or ask God for abundance to pay for something, then all these systems wouldn't even be necessary. And they don't want you to know that. They want you to be as far away and as far disconnected to God as possible. Because the more disconnected you are, the more in fear and easily controlled you are. No, I don't even know who that is. Soul 99 something Rebel. I don't know who that is. Okay. Curtis says some people have to be some people have to be, some people choose to go into darkness not for evil or mischief, but to simply be in the hand to lead someone else to the light. True. That's a good way. I like that. I never thought of it in that way. Yes, and a lot of us are living where we're living in situations where we're in because, wow, dude, oh my God, that is such a whole different perspective to look at it. What? Damn, Curtis, I like that. And that is why I've seen so many people, like this one woman that I was doing the Akashic Records with a long time ago, told me she was living in the DMV in a really horrible place where there was gunshots on her doorstep. And I'm like, you're there for a reason, man. Your light is so bright. You're anchoring in light in that area. There's a purpose that you're there, because the moment that you're not needed there anymore, God will move you. Wow, that's a different. I mean, I knew that, but just reading that is really potent and powerful. Same. Some of us live our entire life in the dark, in the shadows, not for mischief, not to do wrong, but to be there to lead others to light. Yes. Gray Wolf, what's good, brother? If you all want to know, I'm having a smoothie from Whole Foods, and I'm not promoting Whole Foods. That's where I got it from. And it's got, I picked it up yesterday, and I knew I was going to have it today. And it's got bananas, and it's got blueberries, and it's got almond butter, and it's got plant pea protein, and it's got pineapple, I think, and spinach and kale, and it's got almond butter, and it's delicious. Some of us live, yeah, and not only do we do that, but we're doing it also to anchor the light in those areas. As I said, I knew somebody that lived in like a really, like, in the hood, let's just say, of Detroit, Michigan. And they said they don't know why they're there, and they just don't understand it. And I said, you're there for a reason. And look at the things you're doing. When you're anchoring that light in your house, and you're doing the things you're doing, you don't think it's felt all around you. So there's reasons that we're strategically placed in different places of the world, you know, and why we're not all together yet, because it's changing. We are all coming together. This is a really great talk today, man. I am so grateful that I was going to do a couple other things. Usually I sit with God in the morning, which I will be doing in an hour. But I do it also by myself in the morning. And I got up a little bit late, so I missed a couple of the things I do in the morning. Usually I'm up at 3 or 4 in the morning, and I'm meditating with God, and I'm doing a little bit of mantras from Kundalini Yoga. I do breath work. I did my breath work. I did some other things, but I normally do a handful of things before I start my day, before I even come live for you guys. And I was just guided to go live. I'm a person in the shadows waiting for the lost handout. Well, I know me and Luna are here to assist the lost and remind them and help them to and assist them in remembering who they are. So I can definitely say that I was lost the majority of my life, and I'm here to now help those that are lost remember. So yeah, a lot of us, our missions are beginning. Our missions are definitely beginning, because things are about to get crazy. As I've talked about many times, and again, I'm not yet, God is not wanting me and my guides to speak fully on everything yet. They're giving it to me as I speak of it. But like, things are collapsing, things are falling apart, and the way we know living life here on earth is not going to be anymore. And there's millions and millions, and if not billions, that are so used to the way life has been, and they're comfortable, and they're in their comfort zone and all this stuff, and everything is beginning to get like just shook and rocked, and where we're having to step out of our comfort zones, and we're having to trust God, and all these things that are going on all around the world are catalysts to bring us closer to God. Craig, I know in fact we can. And they're not dead. Energy never dies, my friend. And you're here on this live because your soul resonates with what I say, Craig. So there's a part of your soul that you believe, you're just resistant to it, is what it is, basically. Or you wouldn't be here this long, my friend. So and I 100% believe that you can talk to, and the veil is thinning. And like I said, a lot is going to be disclosed for everyone to hear, for everyone to see, and all the things. And like I said, man, consciousness is changing whether you like it or not. God's light is emanating the planet, and you're going to be shifting with us all. So you can hold up and put up as much resistance as you want, but this cannot be stopped. The evolution is happening, And more of us, that's what me and Luna teach. You can speak to your loved ones on the other side. You can speak to your friends who passed away. You can speak to anybody you want. They never die. Energy never dies. Death is an illusion, my friend. That's funny. There's a guy named Grey Wolf on my game that's constantly attacking people. Yeah, Grey Wolf is a nice guy, man. He's a good guy, man. Good people of the game. And how there's Great Wolf there, here. Maybe that's meant to change my... Yeah, man, it is, because he's a good guy, man. He's a beautiful soul, Curtis. He's been a long time subscriber of the channel, so it's good. It is. It's a message from God, my friend. Good looks for listening. Good on you, my brother. Good on you for listening. And how amazing to be that present and aware, man. Good for you. Look at that, boy. We got how many? 35 votes? Wait. 30, yeah, I was right. 35 votes, man. 77 voted yes, they trust God, and 23% said no. And I'm shocked that there's like 35 votes and only 6 people tapped the like button. So there's been a ton of people on here, and barely a lot of you have just been in the shadows, not tapping the like button, not subscribing to the channel. I would appreciate you, man, if you're listening, if you're observing, to please tap it, because it's an energy exchange, you know? And we're getting the videos out to more people, man, because look what YouTube does anyway. They show you less people than are actually in are actually in your live. You know, there's way more people than they actually... That's a good phrase, Dax. I really like that, man. Starve your distractions. Yes, distractions are like addictions. Yeah, I've done that. I mean, I just did that for 5 days fasting this week. Even though I'm really, to be honest with you, man, I've been fasting for like 3 to 4 to 5 years now. And food and any of these technologies, nothing has a hold on me anymore. I would venture to say that nothing. Food I used to live to eat, and now I just eat to live. Because I loved food, and now it's just like, okay. I would drink a smoothie like this and want 10 more, and be so like, oh my God, I have to have another one. You know? I'm still a soldier. Are you really? What force are you in? Like military soldier? Yeah, that's what I wish. Like, if more people did that, man, they starved their distractions, man, we'd be in a different world right now, man. People are just like, you know, like overdoing everything, man. If they play video games, they play them day and night for days on end. If they eat junk food, they just stuff their face continuously. Oh, what military are you with? If you don't mind me asking. And wow, let me just say this, man, you being awake and in the military, that's crazy. That's got to be really, I wonder, that's got to be really interesting, to say the least. Can you please pray for me, Daren? what is your name? Scooty or Sudi? Sudi the Teddy? Can you please pray for me, Daren? I have voices in my head. One of them is a baby. Oh, oh my God, heavens. Yeah, no thank you, Sudi. I call it, yeah. Now there's just a bunch of trolls in here. Trolling. What part of the armed forces are you in, Curtis, if you don't mind me asking? You don't have to say it if you don't want to. I get it if you want to keep that a secret. I wonder if you're part of the military that is, going to be involving themselves everywhere once the blackout happens and the EBS system sounds off. I wonder if you have insights regarding that intel, so to speak, that a lot of us are trying to find out when it's going to happen. Or if there's only certain departments that are aware of those things. Thank you, everybody, for tapping the like button, man. I appreciate you all, man. This has been a really awesome live, man. Oh, I'm beyond words, man. I'm beyond words. And thank you, everybody. Keep tapping that like button, y'all. I appreciate you, man. This has been yeah, I am so grateful, man. You have no idea. I can tell you, though, they've done something again with the algorithm on YouTube, that's for sure. What is your question, Mr. Mayo? I don't even see it. I never saw your question. Like, YouTube must have blocked it because I'm scrolling through and I don't see your name once. So there's no question you asked. I'm not avoiding anybody's question. I mean, some of them I do miss. I am Dark Jester on there. What does that mean? Not quite sure what that is. I've never heard of that. I don't know what that means, Curtis. Keep tapping the like button, everybody. Subscribe to the channel. Keep voting, man. You guys are amazing. We got 39 votes now, and 77% say yes. And that's great, man. I I hope more and more people. It shows 39 on my side. Yeah, me too. I asked if this is no, this isn't a religious channel, Mr. Mayo. I guess you two messed up again. Yeah, I never saw your comment. No, it's not religious. It's spiritual, and we talk about everything, man. Respectfully, without judgment, without gaslighting somebody else, allowing you to have an opinion, allowing me to have an opinion. We do it respectfully. That's what it is. And we not only do that, but we're cultivating a new Earth school, Rip into Light, where we can assist humanity in remembering who they are, why they're here, and what they came here to do. And helping you amplify your gifts and your abilities. If you want to speak to your guides on the other side, if you want to speak to your parents who passed away, we do literally anything spiritual. And we also are a self-empowerment channel, because it's all about cultivating the power within you. Like, you can do it yourself. So it's a self-empowerment channel. It's all of the above. Oh, might as well. Where's my comb at? Where's my comb at? Oh, there it is. Um, yeah, man, always, brother. That's what we're here to do, man. We honestly want to open up a newer school where we can teach children and adults, you know, that you're much more than just a human being. You're a spiritual being in a physical body having an experience, and there's much more to life than you've been told, you know? And let me tell you what, man, I've had a lot of time, a lot alone with God, with my guides, with myself to really, really, like, I know what I need to do to assist humanity, to get us to move forward, you know? And it's just about, you know, when God's ready to blow this channel up to reach millions of people. And I know it already is. The numbers just don't, you know, equate to how many people are actually viewing the content and everything else, because I know it's much more than they actually say. But I know I'm here to serve humanity. That's what I came here for. That's what I volunteered to do. Kids and adults. And I don't take I've had a lot of time alone, a lot. I've practically been single my entire life, up until like the longest relationship I've been in thus far is with Luna. And before that, I mean, you're talking maybe like a month or two, and that's it. One couple relationships, month or two here, and maybe even if that. I've been alone for practically, like I said, 45 years, just about, you know. And so I've had a lot of time to, and it's no accident. I know nothing is everything. No, there's no mistakes. I know that it was purposefully done for the mission and reasoning for me being here on this planet. Because I don't fit in with anything here. And yet I know that I'm finally, my tribe is coming through YouTube, through social media. The tribe is coming together, you know, and it's been a long time coming, man. But I've been very, very patient and obedient in a lot of ways, but yet also rebellious too. Very rebellious. And God's had to been like, okay, you want to kick and scream? All right, well, we're gonna, we got to do this then, you know. You're gonna have to go through this then. And that's my hope. Like, people don't have to go through what I had to go through, you know. Got a little tangled there because I haven't been combing it every day. But I think I'm gonna wrap this up here. Like, finish the live now. I think I think I really feel complete now, and I got to get to an event, which is basically sitting with God. How do you think about? You have a very nice beard. If you want the color to pop, you should rub tea tree oil. Oh, really? Interesting, man. Damn, I didn't even know that. I have tons of tea tree oil. I didn't know you that's good for your beard. Really? So will the red come out more with the James? What's good, man? Big up to Jesus, my friend. Subscribe to the channel. Tap the like button, my friend. Well, that thank you for the I'm gonna screenshot that too, man. That's a really I have tons of tea tree oil, man. I use tea tree oil for mosquito bites. Funny you say that. Hold on, let me just shake my jacket off. And thank you for the compliment, Curtis. I appreciate that, man. Yeah, it was a little bit nodded. Now it's good. I'm gonna have to try that. It's a great idea. I mean, man, tea tree you could use for so many things. It's better now. It's not like tangled up anymore. It was knotted and stuff. But I usually comb it every day. A lot of times on these lives. A lot of times on the lives. It's funny. I'm gonna try some tea tree oil though. It's great, great idea. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. And with that being said, y'all, I'm gonna end this live. This has been amazing, and let's check out how many voted. 40 votes. 77% said they trust God, and 22% said they don't. I'm glad there's a smaller percentage that don't compared to the percentage that do. That's amazing, and that just shows where humanity's headed, so I love it. And thank you for voting, everybody. I appreciate you all, man. Thank you for everybody who's new here. Please tap the like button. Let's get to at least 10 likes, man. Hit the like button, everybody. We need one more like to get to 10. And please subscribe if you haven't already, man. Thank you for that like. I appreciate you, man. And subscribe to the channel, man. We're on the road to 1 million, 10 million, 20 million, man. Get these messages out. And I know it will happen in God's time because God is using me. And there's you go. Yeah, man, we hit 11 too. Look at that. We went one over. And it's 12. Look at that. See, there is more people than YouTube's actually showing. Luna was right, man. The counter is so off to how many people are actually in the lives. It's really interesting and funny, man, to see, because there was zillions of comments, but yet it said 0 for a good period of time, and it was comment after comment after comment, and yet it said 0. You know, it's, yeah, it really screws with you, and I think it's intentional, you know, to think that like nobody's on the live with you or something, and you're like talking to yourself, so you would leave, you know. Everything is, at this point, until we get past and eradicate the dark, you know, once we get to a point where there's more people that are connected and directly to God, then we're not gonna put the darkness out of balance, so to speak. So right now, for thousands of years, the light has been, you know, the seesaw has been on, the dark has been up here, and the light has been down here, and now it's beginning to be like the light's up here and the dark is all the way down here, and they're like little tiny little, you know, and we're not a minority anymore. The light is not a minority anymore. That's the difference that's happening on the planet. The dark is a minority, and they're realizing it very quickly as they continue to try to hold their grip on everything. But humanity is really realizing that they want transparency. They don't want the control that there has been. And once the light overpowers the dark, forget it, man. We aren't going to have this programming crap anymore. We aren't going to have the manipulation and the greed and any of it, because humanity's consciousness is rising. Our hearts are opening. Jesus is here. God is here. They're bringing in so much light that is transforming us for the better. So with that being said, man, I love you all from the bottom of my heart, man. Thank you, Curtis. Thank you all to everyone who's new here. Tap the like button, subscribe to the channel. I love you all. Be back soon. As always, I love doing these lives. I love talking with you guys. I hope someday soon we can do this in person around the world, when me and Luna are traveling the world, meeting everyone and doing breath work, trainings and classes and all around the world, man, and retreats and teaching and speaking the word of God, in a spiritual way, in a non-religious way, because it doesn't have to be. You don't have to have a relationship with God to be religious, or you don't have to be religious to have a relationship with God. You can have one regardless. And that's what we're trying to preach and promote here. You don't have to, align with some sort of religion. You can just be and have a relationship with God, and there's nothing wrong with it, and it becoming normal to like communicate with God, to speak to God, to ask God for help, to ask your guides, to ask for help in general, that it's normal, that it's not this world of separation and divide. And that's the vision I see. That's the vision Luna sees. Community everywhere. People helping each other, knowing that we're all one and we're all connected. Knowing that we're all being led and guided every step of the way by God, for God. Because we're all God's army. We're all disciples of God, here to do God's work, here to make this place a better place for us all, for the children of our future, for everyone that's coming here in the future. So I love you all, man. From the bottom of my heart, again, follow us on all social media platforms, and please go follow us on Facebook, because we're trying to get to 100 followers on Facebook so we can go live. They won't let us go live till we hit 100 followers. So we're at like 48 the last time I checked. So if you can share our Facebook page out to as many people as you can and follow us on there, if you are on Facebook, we would greatly appreciate it, because we're trying to go live on there. Follow us on TikTok, Instagram, here on YouTube. It's at Daren and Luna. Go to our website, www.darenandluna.com. Sign up for our free newsletter so you can follow what we're doing next, and be in the loop and in the know of what we're doing and how we're doing things and how we're moving. And so join our newsletter. It's free. And I think and we have a school platform that is only $26 a month. Okay. Only $26. And we're building community there. We're bringing people together on Zoom. We're doing Zoom calls. We do light language activations. We do crystalline soul healing. We do breath work. I talk on there about things that I cannot talk about anywhere else on any other platform. And you will meet people around the world. It's only $26 a month. It's called Rip into Light, the New Earth School. You can go on our website and find the link to that. Or you can go to school and type in Daren and Luna's New Earth School, and you'll find us on there as well. Join us there. It's a community of all like-minded people where we can have these conversations that we can't do on here, in a lot of ways. With that being said, again, I think I've covered everything. I love you all, man, from the bottom of my heart. Take care of yourselves and each other. I'll see you on the next live, on the next video, or somewhere around the world. Until then, let's go!